Hey, my lovelies. Welcome to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So we're doing the dailies for today. Today is November 15th, 2019, and we're vibrating on the number 2. A little bit about myself and some information that I need you guys to have before we jump into today's vibration. I want you guys to know that my podcast will be up and ready for you guys to stream starting November 18th, 2019. I do post these dailies every day, my love, so you can find them uploaded at 12:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep in mind also that I will be branching out and creating a new Facebook platform for us to learn, to grow, to heal from a lot of this emotional trauma within relationships and partnerships. So as soon as that gets situated, I will let you guys know about that information also. Don't forget, also, I go live on Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube, where you guys can come in with your questions, and I do answer questions live on Fridays, as well as you guys have access to a discount for love readings, as well as career readings up until the 22nd. So you want to go ahead and email me so you can get on the calendar, okay? So the special runs until the 22nd. So that's going to be a 45-minute reading and / coaching sessions, okay, for a donation of $50. So you guys need to take advantage of that. And if you have not emailed me about your shea butter body balm, especially for your gift basket for the holidays, please do so. Okay, now jumping into the vibration for today. So today we're vibrating on the number 2, my loves. Okay, I always like to talk about your intuition and how your intuition is important and how it is available to you all day, every day. Okay, now keep in mind with the number 2 energy, however, you can find that there's going to be a need to be flexible as well as be graceful in your moves today. You can find that your divine purpose or your higher purpose is coming into focus today. You're going to find that you can be a little bit more insightful than normal today. You may also find that you want to be in the energy of gentle and kindness today, okay? Partnerships and relationships may be at the forefront for you today. So pay attention to all of the little details. That's going to be important today also. And some of us are still feeling lots of sensitivity from this full moon energy that's still in the atmosphere, okay? On the lower vibration of the number 2 today, you have fearless energy. You also have pessimistic energy. You also have lack of consideration in the atmosphere, unemotional and unloving energy today. Fear of making mistakes and fear of the unknown can creep in today. So you want to be mindful of that energy, okay? You can be interacting with unflexible people as well as insensitive people today. So you want to be mindful about that, okay? Now, for the past couple of days, I have been seeing a few number sequences, like 555 is one of the numbers that's been popping up a lot, as well as 44 or 444. So 555 and 444, and also 1212 is the sequence of numbers that I have been seeing. So today's vibration, we're not going to get into signs specific. I am going to give a message, however, from the guys and from the angels, because I have already pre-pulled the cards, and we're just going to go through what messages they have for us today, okay? So now the first message that we have, we got the number 2 card from the deck, okay, and this is saying self-sabotage. So when this card pops up, it's asking you not to sabotage yourself, okay? A lot of us, because of the energy in the atmosphere and because we're super sensitive, this may be a time for you to create boundaries, healthy boundaries. Like, personally speaking, I've had to block some people on my phone today. I've literally had to block people, actually yesterday. I had to block some people out and not even respond to text messages, okay? I felt very protective about my energy yesterday, even when it came to my kids, right? I had to be able to go into my mental capacity yesterday because there was so many things unfolding that was trying to pull me out of my center yesterday. At one point, I literally had to crawl into a breathing position yesterday and allow the energy to flow through me, because there was a lot of mental attacks yesterday, okay? So please be mindful not to sabotage yourself today, my lovelies, because we do have, like I said, unloving and unkind energy in the atmosphere today. And those of us that are very sensitive to all of this electric magnetic pulse and these waves that are going on, these frequency waves, and with the frequency vibration shifting and getting higher, for those of us that are waking up, you can find that you may be on some mental attacks today, okay? So if you find that you step into any fearful energy today, you want to make sure that you're centering yourself, okay? And if you find that you are stepping into fearful energy today, they want to let you know first, don't self-sabotage yourself, and know that nothing can come of that unless you give it permission to. That's going to be very key, okay? So whatever you give attention to, whatever you agree with that is so within you, then it becomes so in this third dimensional realm. Whether that be sickness, whether that be not having enough money, whether that be not having enough love, you need to be mindful that whatever you give your feelings to, first of all, as well as your third eye, your imagination, and you speak it into existence. That's where we talk about the self-fulfilling prophecy. Know, my loves, that it's going to be so. So you're really going to have to pay attention to your thought process today, as well as what are you feeling? What is triggering that feeling? Okay, how does this feel, and why do I feel that way? You might have to ask yourself those questions today as you are working through not sabotaging yourself today, and understanding that nothing is written in stone yet. Now, if you can take a look at this card, nothing is written in stone, because right now we're going through this emotional wave. There's a lot of emotional energy in the atmosphere, so we're going through this emotional wave, and you need to pay attention to that, because we are still in Scorpio's energy. That's a lot of heavy emotional energy with this full moon, and there's some I don't remember if I don't remember if I know some energies are trying to each other, and you know, like I don't want to mislead you, but I don't remember exactly all of the planetary alignments, because I have not jotted them down in my notes. I've listened to a few of the alignments, but I have not jotted them down in my notes. So everything that I'm speaking about is just intuitively what I'm feeling, right? So we're going to get out of our way today. We're not going to self-sabotage ourselves. Just know that nothing is written in stone yet. Also, you need to know that some of us are walking through the void, okay? And as we're walking through the void, it may seem like everything is dark. You may feel like you don't have a foot in. You don't know which way to go. Know that we're in retrograde season, so you will have to take the time to reflect, okay? The Mirror Guardian is coming up here clarifying things, and this is all about taking the time to reflect. What serves me right now? Does this relationship serve me? Does having this conversation with this person serve me? How do I feel when I get off the phone with this person? Do I feel happy? Do I feel light? Or do I feel heavy? What is this relationship with this person? How does this make me feel? Am I living to my highest good in consciousness? Or am I being true to myself? Am I honoring myself with this relationship? So you're going to have to reflect on how things are making you feel emotionally, but you also have to reflect on what you may be saying yes to when you really want to say no, okay? Just pay attention, because sometimes we self-sabotage ourselves to people please, okay? Or you self-sabotage yourself because of fear. So just be mindful of how you're moving today if you find yourself stepping into self-sabotageal habits, okay? Know that nothing is written in stone unless you agree to it. You have to give feeling to something for it to express in this third dimensional realm, okay? Okay. Now, you also want to know, some of you may have to operate with patience today, okay? Now, and just so you know, this is card number 23, which reduces down to the number 5, so that's all about change. So as you're moving in this patience today, know that luck is on your side, okay? And that's the energy with the new moon in Sagittarius. That's very perceptive energy, okay? Intuitive energy, all right? So just know that that is happening for you and with you. Now, as you are doing the internal patience, and as you're really setting that luck is on your side, and you are vibrating at higher shits, and can I tell y'all something? When you start to change your consciousness and you start to vibrate on higher stuff, you're going to get some tests. You're going to be tested by the universe. Your patience may be tested. Your love walk may be tested. You may be tested in how you move. You may need to make some changes in your health. You may need, changes in your diet. You may need to make some changes in your friends. This is all about an adjustment and really you going into the depths of self. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the last full moon this year in the water signs, okay? Or the last connection to the full moon in the water signs. And was this full moon in Scorpio? I believe it was. Give me 1 second. I believe it was, because I'm going to Google it. Okay. So while that's loading, oh, I'm sorry. Full moon was in Taurus. But how did it, oh, that's why I was feeling that. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. All right, y'all. So one of the ways that I read energy is that you always have to look at things at the shadow side, right? So the full moon happened in Taurus, but we're looking at the shadow side of Taurus, which is the opposite side, which is Scorpio, right? So Taurus is all about being grounded, being stable. So we're really looking at all of the things that bring stability into our lives. And if I go into this a little bit more, we can see that this energy through the full moon and where the retrogrades and stuff are positioned, there is going to bring a lot of like emotional changes and a lot of lifelong changes of shit that you should have gotten rid of and shit that you should have just cut off. Now is the time where you're going to find yourself working through that energy. So it's like reflecting on all. And I don't know why I'm getting 7 years. Like reflecting on the things within the past 7 years that has been building up a momentum to now, right? Okay, for some of you, this could be especially within the last 2 years to 15 months. There's been a building of or accumulation of things or accumulation of feelings that you know that you've been having to release, okay? And a lot of that could have intensified with all of these transits that we've been having for the past 15 months, okay? So as you're operating in your patience today, know that luck is on your side. You also need to know that this is a time of self-reflection. And I keep having to talk about this energy from this full moon that we're going through. I think Mercury's in retrograde in Scorpio. Maybe that's what it is. Because I'm feeling a lot of Scorpio energy. Not only are we in Scorpio season, but I feel like, let me just see. Mercury's in retrograde where? You know, sometimes I just wish that they would put this shit like right at the top. Oh my gosh. Like seriously. I'm sorry, y'all. I should have looked this up from the get-go. However, I really wanna see what because I'm picking up a lot of Scorpio energy. I mean, I know we're in Scorpio season. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, so okay, we're gonna get back to this because I really want to okay, so as that's loading, I want to let you guys know also, with being patient and luck is on your side, you guys do have self-reflection. So remember how the mirror guardian is saying it's a time for you to look at self and go back into the mirror. You have self-reflection popping up here. So as we're going through this retrograde, and you know retrograde energy is all about you being able to retrograde energy is also all about you being able, my loves, to go back in and reflect. Reflect on the things that you need to embrace. Reflect on the things that you may need to let go, right? Reflect on all of the things that no longer brings you fulfillment. And then it gives you a time to adjust those things, right? Okay. Let's see, Mercury retrograde. Okay. Are you telling me which one? Okay, so Mercury's retrograding. Yep, it is in Scorpio. Okay, so this is why I'm feeling all the Scorpio energy. So Mercury is in retrograde in Scorpio, which is a lot of this self-reflection energy that I've been feeling, and coupled with the full moon in Taurus, which is this opposite, right? So anyway, so dealing with patience, taking the time to reflect. But as you're reflecting, you also need to know that the she-wolf is popping up, and the she-wolf is saying, my loves, that you need to go ahead and honor that wild within. So when the wild comes out, that's all about you stepping out of your comfort zone. You stepping out of the box that you've placed yourself in. May it be in your thinking, may it be in your physical body, may it be in your sexual aspect, may it just be in your spiritual nature. So whatever box you've placed yourself in, especially whatever box that you've been self-sabotaging yourself from, not really allowing yourself to either be loved, to be wealthy, to be abundant. And wealth and abundance doesn't necessarily have to do with finance. That could be in health, that could be in love, that can be in friendships, that can be anything, okay? And the last message today is card number 14, which equals 5, which is all about change. And this is a soulmate energy. And when this card pops up, it's asking you to be open to all the divine and sacred love that there is for you to tap into. Listen, everything is a frequency and a vibration. And if everything is a frequency and a vibration, my love, that means that you have the power to tap into things on a deeper level through your feelings, aka your emotions, as well as through your mental thinking, what you focus on. What are you directing your feelings, the energy of your heart chakra towards, right? Okay. Now, with that being said, it's saying when it comes to soulmate, you need to have faith in your dreams. That's what it's saying when it comes to the soulmate energy. So for those of you that are dealing with relationships or dealing with soulmate energy, you know, twin flame energy, whatever you want to call it, right? It's saying that you need to allow your heart to be open to that sacred love for it to come in. And then you have to have faith that this is happening. Of this has already happened. Okay, so one of the things that I've been speaking about within the 13-week group is exactly that. Exactly that. I feel the energy. I feel the energy of my soulmate surrounding me. I feel what it's like to be in a positive, healthy relationship. I feel what it's like, and it's beautiful. Can I tell you how beautiful that is? Okay, now it's also saying, look at this, you got creation. And this just reminds me that we're co-creators, right? So if you can't create it from within, you're not going to experience. So if you don't think that you're deserving of a healthy, happy, whole, successful relationship, how can that be given to you? How can that be granted in your experience if you don't think you're worthy or you don't think you deserve it, right? Now, the Oracle card, the Oracle is popping up here with the soulmate energy. And the Oracle is saying, you got to wait for the important information. And what that says to me, some of us are so quick to judge a thing, right, without taking all of the information into consideration. And because we have Mercury in retrograde in Scorpio, there's going to be a lot of illusions around things, especially the old things that are circling back. You want to pay attention to those illusions, because some of the old things that are circling back that may feel like they're good for you may not be good for you. And some of the old things that are circling back that may feel like they're not good for you might be the things that you need to embrace because they're good for you, okay? So the overall message for today, my loves, as we're vibrating on the number 2, which is a day, you know, like 2 represents duality also, right? Having to find that balance between your yin and your yang. Or you're going to be hot or cold, or you're going to find yourself in the center. So one of the things that my spirit guides kept telling me yesterday, stay in the center. Stay in the center. You create all of this. Stay in the center, because there was so much shit coming at me. So much shit coming at me yesterday. And it was just like, stay in the center. Remember, stay in the center. Remember, you create all of this. Remember that there's nothing outside of you, right, that can manifest unless you give it permission to. So remember that. Remember that you are the most powerful being here on this planet, just by you being who you are. And how do you harness your power? By figuring out who the fuck you are, right? That's how you get there. So along this spiritual walk, along this journey, my loves, please take into consideration, okay, that you are going to have to do the work. Like, there's just no way around it. And sometimes the work requires you getting into a meditative space and saying your mantras 10,000 times a day, because you're just having one of those days, you know. And especially if you're on the spiritual attack mentally, because the war is over your mental space, honey. Okay, because if they can get you up here mentally, honey, like, they've won. Okay, so this is why it's important for you to protect your mental space as well as to protect your heart, because your heart chakra is your true compass. You know, there's a scripture that talks about out of the heart, God, protect your heart, protect and guard your heart, because out of the heart, all the issues of life flows. So in this retrograde season, my love, you are going to have to pay attention to you in the self-sabotaging thought patterns, maybe even emotional patterns, physical patterns. It's a time for you to reflect on yourself and really take a look at yourself and where you want to go and what you want to do. You also want to pay attention, my love, to your inner being and what it's asking you to release. With this energy, okay? This energy comes in waves and it comes and goes. So it always circle back and give you an opportunity to rectify some things. Now, a lot of this energy, based on what, astrologers and the astrology community is saying, a lot of these energies we have not experienced in, a lot of, this has been the first time in this 25,000 year cycle that people, I want to say this particular generation or generations experiencing on an energetic level. So there really may not be a lot of information on this energy because I can't remember the word that they called it. But I want you guys to know, right? If you're tuning in and you're tapping into yourself, you will get clear instructions. Your intuition and your spirit guide and your higher self will tell you exactly what it is that you need to release, what it is that you need to embrace, maybe whom you may not need to have conversations with, maybe whom you may need to cut off indefinitely. All of that information is going to come from within. Now, with that being said, the thing is, are you going to trust yourself to know? But I also want you to be mindful because this is in retrograde is happening in Scorpio. Just take all the information in, go deep with it, dissect it before you make any decisions, right? Study it, learn from it, see what triggers there's going on, right? Just don't jump and react too quickly with this energy, all right? You want to stay centered. You want to stay in the center. You don't want to be hot and you don't want to be cold. You want to be in the center because there's a balance there, right? And you're not taking anything personal in the center, right? So you want to stay centered, and the best way for you to do that is through the Mirror Guardian, which is all about self-reflection, okay? And being able to take the time to pull back and reflect on self. And also, from the Moon Oracle, it's also saying self-reflection. So there's a lot of self-reflection going on here, guys, okay? There's a lot of self-reflection going on here. All right, my love. So just remember that we're vibrating on the number 2 today. This is all about intuitive energy. You need to be flexible today. Move with grace today. Your divine purpose, like I said, may come into play today. So you may feel a lot more insightful than you usually do on a normal basis, okay? Especially if you're doing, increasing your meditation because of the energy that's in the atmosphere. Kindness and gentleness is going to be in the atmosphere today. You will find that maybe partnerships and relationships at a whole are coming to the forefront, so pay attention to the details, and that sensitivity is going to be key today to a lot of the light workers and energy healers. You guys are probably feeling like this ridiculously amount of insane energy happening. Just be mindful in the lower vibration. At the end of that, you do have fearful energy, pessimistic energy. You also have energy of lack of emotions, unloving energy, lack of consideration. You even have insensible energy, insensitivity, as well as inflexible energy, but you also have fear of making mistakes, or just fear of the unknown. So these are energies that you can find yourself caught up in if you're not aware that they're there. If you're not aware of the archons that whispers in your ear, you can definitely find yourself tapping in to these energies and may not even be aware why. So this is why self-reflection is going to be key today, okay? All right, my loves. I hope this message was inspirational. Once again, I kept on seeing the numbers 555 as well as and 111, 1212, and there was what was the other one that I talked about? And 444. So this can be a message for those of you that are seeing 444, because 555. Right, and 112. I mean, yeah, like 1212 is another one that I've been seeing too. So 1212. All right. Okay, my love. So I will see you guys in tomorrow's daily. I appreciate all of the love, the support, the donations, the encouragement, the comments. You guys are the bomb. Please make sure that you guys join us on Fridays live. Okay, I do answer questions on Fridays. I think that's tonight. Yeah. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on in and check us out. If you have not started to check out your general readings, please do so. I am pretty sure all of them will be up by Saturday. So if your sign is not there, just circle back on Saturday and all 12 zodiac signs will be up. I think next week I might do love readings next week, but I just did love readings last week, so I don't know how much love readings y'all could take. Like, that's a lot of energy, so I may just do some more general readings and see where the readings want to go and where the energy wants to take us, okay? All about helping, uplifting, and inspiring, and I don't want to get too caught up in the love shit, especially when it's going to bring people down, because that's not where the energy is. The energy is supposed to lift you up. So if all of that love shit is still, like that same old stuck energy, we're not going to tap into that. We're going to tap into healing energy and what you may need to know to love and to grow. I just gave y'all like a handful. Like, I started doing these general readings today, and a lot of these general readings were coming out with love shit. Okay, so far, the ones that I posted, a lot of them are reflecting on our relationships. So you guys want to check those out. Okay. All right, my loves, make sure that you guys do something kind for yourself. Make sure that you be kind to yourself. Make sure that you drink plenty of water. Okay. Make sure you get out of your own way. Don't self-sabotage yourself. Okay, my loves. And I will see you guys in your next individuals. Between, like I said, today and Saturday, all of them will be up. And in your dailies tomorrow. Bye, my loves.